Got a national inquiry. What? Oh yeah. Now look at that for a bait. If that's not going to do a bite, you know, there's no point fishing. Look at that, the crab inside there, inside the squid, and just the head there sticking out. Look at all that goodness in there. Right then, let's go to roast tackle and bait, Rich, and get some fresh crab. Fresh? Yeah, you heard it, fresh crab. Right, and if you're all wondering where roast tackle and bait is, this is Roast Promenade. And right on the corner here, look for the tripod and the nets. Roast fishing, tackle and bait. You can even get your spades. And the stuff for the kiddos, look. Nice. There we go. Look at this up here, look. Don't forget to subscribe. Tell that to mate. Hopefully we'll catch one of these soon, a nice big bass later on. And what have we got in here then? Oh, look at these. The big old fresh crab. And here we go. The first bait is about to go in. And what this is, basically, it's like a one hook clip down bass rig, okay? So that goes up to there, straight up to your swivel. Nice big old lead there. So quite a simple rig today, in the search for a bass or maybe a cod, but I thought we'll get that one in straight away while I'm setting up. Right then, let's get the first bait in that water. Hopefully, it's relatively clean ground. But I don't want to lose too many lead yet because we've got a long session later on, which I'll explain in a minute. Dun, dun, dun. First rig's gone in and straight away hit the bottom and it's taking me around, so I might either have to up my lead size or hit and hold. So I'll fish with one for now just so I don't tangle up or anything. What that's probably just done, it's probably found the only snag that's down there. And look who's come down to see us. It's the big Buffalo Bison 365. In she goes. Okay. Yes. What we said earlier on is round here you got a big like cove, and it looks like it's eddying in there. So I think that swim is probably going to do well. It was a wise choice, that, mate. Wise choice. Well, you're probably all thinking why I'm walking across this. First retrieve of the rig. After 5 minutes. Snag. So we're going to push on a bit further round to there's a big sandbank and fish off there. So we'll head over here now. This is where we're thinking off this sandbank into this slower eddy in the water. Right, new rig, new shock leader, take two. So what I got there is a lovely crab bait with a little bit of lug, okay? And all I'm going to do is just fix that hook through the bottom of the crab, just like that, okay? So that's nice and proud. I'm going to put a little bit of bait elastic on there, just to help it there, like that. Just on the back of the eye itself, just to help the bait to stay in place. Okay, so just chuck a little knot on there now. Wash to the rest of it. And with this top panel hook now, a bit smaller, but it'll do. Just going to come up the side of that bait now. So hook it through there, like that, out through the side of the crab. Job done. So what you got there on a panel is that little one there helping you, and that big hook at the bottom. They do say the top hook is the one, but I personally think that that big hook at the bottom there, if anything's going to hit that, and nail straight away. So I'm not going to mess about, I'm not going to waste time, because time is of the essence. We need to get that rig in and get to the fishing. Take 29. Will we get that fish? Might need a heavier lead. Like cast a little upstream then, just to compensate for that. I think we're holding bottom. Okay, it's not the best, but it should settle. And we're in. Can we do it? I say this is going to be a two-part video. Whatever happens on this now, you'll probably see first, but later on we're going to push a bit further up and fish the high tide. So me and Richard out all day fishing to try and catch nice bass later on. Definitely, I'd like to catch a bass now. Cod's probably a bit optimistic, but you never know. You never know. I'm just generally fishing. Let's just go for whatever takes the bait. That's what I'll say. Whatever takes that bait, I'll be happy with. Look at this. My lead wasn't holding bottom. Look at all that weed being washed down, look. I wonder why my lead wasn't holding bottom. A lot of grass and everything, look.
There's a bit of fish on this now, mate.
I know, imagine it. Yeah, there's no kick. It's a big ball of weed, that.
Is it?
Big ball of weed. Can't feel a kick. Imagine if it just splashes there now, big bass or something like that.
I know, mate. You said you had a drop back. Just that?
Just that.
All it takes, so in it, in that current.
Literally, just a little ball of weed there coming up, but look at that. It's all autumnal grass, that is. Washing down the river. That's what that is. Okay. Sort of fishable, as long as it's not snagging, but I've literally got a big pile of leaves that's washing down. Gone anyway. There you go. Okay, at least my bait's on, but yeah, that's tangled up a little bit. Strange. It can go back out anyway. It's a good lead on that as well, big lead, so it's going to be difficult, but we fish through.
Oh, I thought that was Billy Bass then.
Now look at that for a bait. If that's not going to do a bite, you know, there's no point fishing. Look at that, the crab inside there, inside the squid, and just the head there sticking out. Look at all that goodness in there. I thought I'd mix it up a little bit. Something was telling me to go on a running rig. Get that lead pinned to the bottom and the bait pinned to the bottom. And look at that for juicy goodness. Hopefully it'll sit out there well. There again, it might sit on a load of chod. Only one way to find out. That's what we want to hear. That's what we want to hear. Come on.
I've just had a national inquiry.
Have you?
Yeah, non-runner.
What I did that time, kept it a lot closer in. Only because when I went further out before, I was probably too far out in the flow. Still drifting a little bit, but yeah, it might go. Just be sat on the, yeah, that'd be nice, wouldn't it? Just be sat on the bottom of this sandbank now, hopefully. It's a nice bait. If that's presenting well in that flow, which it should be, because the flow's going that way. So technically the rig will be off to the left. Nail to the bottom. Hopefully Percy the cod's come along and snuffle it all. It's gotta be, hasn't it? The size of that bait out there, all that goodness as well. Got a national inquiry. What? What then? It may be what I'm getting there is there'll be a lot of stuff coming down the river. So that could be what that is, or a load of crabs. But it's definitely rattling the tip. Rattled more than what it has today anyway. I'll be rattling like that tip in a bit if I don't get a fish on this bank. Beautiful bait out there like that, just oozing me goodness. If I was a fish swimming past that, you'd have to eat it, wouldn't you? Come on, give us a Bertie banger. Come on, big drop back. Just take the bait. Right, I'm having a bit of issue with the lead here. The current now is coming in close to us and just bringing me into here, but the tide is literally on the turn. You can see the tide pushing in now. So I'm going to bring that back in now, rebait it, ready for that turn of the tide. But you can tell it's the turn of the tide. You see all the birds and everything all coming as well, and you can see the slack water on the other side. So yeah, let's get it in, check that bait, clear the line, get it straight back out. Yeah, load of weed on that, I think. Hope it's not a snag. Oh yeah, thick with weed. Look at that, leaves and everything, look. You can tell it's autumn. And there's me lead there now, so that was just one big bow. Pretty much untouched bait. I've had a little knocks and stuff out of from the crabs and things, but yeah, it might be hard to fish this, judging by how much leaves and stuff and grass is coming down. Yeah, it's not, yeah, just grass, leaves and all sorts. We'll be fish through it for a bit. Like I said, if I don't catch anything on this video, we'll be going further up to fish the high tide tonight anyway, so hopefully on that turn now we'll get another hour or so. Might nick a fish. What I've done there on this cast, I've buried that in there. I've put my rod up nice and high and I've sent that in the slack water. And it's holding, but there's no fish. So I don't know what we're going to do. We've probably got an hour now and that'll be it. So I'm hoping something gives for us. Well, we can all hope. But if not, you know, it is what it is. This video's gone out, and hopefully later on though, right, we'll go further up, we might catch a few. I think I'm pretty confident up there later on to catch a few. Mind you, I was pretty confident in catching ones in here today, but just a load of weeds today, with grass and maple leaves and snags. Yeah, we'll keep fishing for a bit though. See what happens. They might mooch up now with the tide. As the tide starts to turn, they might start coming in mooching. Me and Rich were just discussing them. We definitely think this will do fish, this mark, 100%. But I think we've just caught the tide wrong. The tide's starting to build back up now. And obviously evening tides, nighttime tides are normally better. But yeah, I think the tide is just a little too strong at the moment for this type of fishing where we are. But with this light fading, like this now, looks very apocalyptic and stuff. I've probably another half an hour left, maybe a bit more. I'm gonna welly this last bait out, I think. This last bait. We can only give it a go, can't we? We think we're onto it anyway. Why it's not, well, we're pretty much adamant, you know, why it's not fishing the way it should. You know, we're getting a lot of light, a lot of debris coming down and stuff. But yeah, I think we just fish through it for now and see how we get on. But anyway, I'm not going to waste time now. I want to get this rig in the water quickly, just in case Curtis the cod is swimming past. So yeah, let's get it in. Good chuck now. See what I've just done there? I want to try and keep that line well out of that water. I do not want that line in that water at all. So if I let it bow a little bit now, it would probably drag me upstream, downstream and everywhere. So you do want a bit of a bow in your line when you're fishing, but I just want that lead to settle where it has, just off that main flow here. But yeah, that looks settled already. There's a good bait out there. It's looking very apocalyptic with the fog and the light fading. Yeah, we'll just keep fishing on. Give it half an hour. You never know. I'm adamant though, it's going to do a fish. There we go, she's pulling again. But yeah, like I said, I think we have just caught these tides wrong. Just. I think if we were a few days earlier, or maybe last week, I think we probably would have been all right on the smaller tide. So, fishing it next though, we're probably going to have a lot. Well, we are having a lot of snow due and a lot of rain. Yeah, just see how it goes on the next smaller tides. Assess it. It's the only thing you can do, really. You can fish elsewhere. Anyway, there's a rig in the water. If I was sat at home, you know, I'm not going to catch a fish anyway, am I? At least we're out here, we're enjoying it. A little bit of stress at the thought of not catching a fish, but that's fishing, isn't it? You can't catch them all, can you? And I know a lot of you good anglers as well would probably struggle as well. You know, we all have those days where, you know, fishing isn't quite right, conditions aren't quite right. But at least I'm getting you the footage, okay? Of me rolling around on the bank in a bit with a big cod. Imagine. Oh, the pull down, did I watch? Yeah, it's come down. Decently, yeah? Well, decent enough to see it. But I don't know, mate, it could be tripping. We've been sat here now probably for the last hour looking at these rods. And something's telling us just to keep going. Obviously, because we don't want to blank, but pretty much adamant it's going to do a fish. Got to. I'm just knocking up a fresh crab. Chucking a big crab bait out there, probably the last chuck. But we're well and truly now into the flood, and it just looks so, fishy out there, yeah.
It's just madness how like there's no bites from anything.
It's weird, isn't it? Yeah, there's not
no
been
bites from anything.
There's not even been a pecker bite.
No.
We've had the odd little bites, but I think that's not even bites.
My line,
yeah.
On the way through.
It's been a very, very strange one. Very strange. I'm adamant though, if the conditions were just right though, we'd be onto the fish, definitely. I kind of don't want to give in, but we're going to get on to the next mark. We're hungry. We need stocking up. Let's get off this bank and get up there. So if you do not see me rolling around on this bank and jumping up and down with excitement, hula hooping around the bank, then it's a blank. But tune in for the next one, because hopefully in a bit, you know, we'll be onto the fish. We'll do bass up there. He says. Until I'm in position. It has to be the Mexican wave, all right? Last cast. Right. Rich, you're ready?
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
ready. Right, go, Rich. That's the last fish now, boys, okay? But anyway, I hope you've enjoyed it. We've tried. conditions are right, we'd definitely be into the fish.